Alright, so today we are going to talk about a new Apple release. Tim Cook a few days ago tweeted out that there's going to be a new announcement on February 19th for a new Apple launch. Apparently it's a new iPhone SE, which is now called the iPhone 16e. And it's going to be available on February 21st for pre-order, but then be available for launch on February 28th. And I just want to talk about my first impressions regarding the news of the new iPhone 16e and the new features. So the new iPhone 16e will have a 6.1 OLED screen, which is standard for iPhone screen these days. And you will have that OLED goodness or the dark blacks, which is welcome when it comes to phones. Although you have an OLED, you will not have a 120 hertz refresh rate. You'll still be stuck with 60 hertz, which is expectable for an SE type of phone. But it would have been a nice surprise if Apple increased it to 90 hertz, which would have made the iPhone 16e value a lot better, and also expect a new 90 hertz refresh rate for the next generation as a baseline. Although we have a new OLED screen for the SE phones and still the same 60 hertz, we have Apple Intelligence now. You will make of it as you will. Personally, I do use Apple Intelligence here and there. I like the emoji creation, which is kind of fun, but it doesn't really do much. I do like the integration of ChatGPT. So I use ChatGPT every day. So having ChatGPT as an assistant to a Siri makes me use Siri a lot more. If you do care about Apple Intelligence, this is the cheapest way to get your Apple Intelligence. So the Apple Intelligence on this phone is powered by the A18 chip, which is a very powerful chip. And it's again, the cheapest way to get that chip right now. Get it for $600 USD is actually pretty good. Some people might not care about the chip itself or won't see the value in the chip, but it's actually pretty good for long-term use. Having a new recent chip and a chip that's that efficient makes it very good for long-term use. And if you have a family member that doesn't upgrade their phone every year, they upgrade it maybe every 5 years, then having the latest chip is a very important part of the phone. Speaking of chips, the Apple iPhone 16e has a new C1 chip, which is for the cellular modem. I'm not too sure how it improves it or what it improves actually, but we do know that we have a new custom chip for that. I haven't looked into it so far, but I will talk about it in my full review, see how much it improves and what it actually improved. So as for the design, as you know, the iPhone SE phones always keep the previous phone design and just put a new chip in it. This one is a little bit different. So it kind of have a mix of the iPhone XR or the iPhone 14 or 13, I guess. Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because the iPhone 16e has the notch on the screen, so it doesn't have the dynamic island, which would have been a welcome addition to the iPhone SE or the iPhone 16e. But I guess that would be too much of a good value, so they had to put the notch, which I kind of understand. But it has one camera on the back. So that back camera is actually kind of like the fusion camera that we saw in the previous phones, which you can do the ultra wide and you can do regular wide angle lens with the single camera. So it's technically a 2-in-1, how Apple wants to describe it, but you still have one physical camera. That single camera does kind of remind me of the design of the iPhone XR, but the notch is also a base 14 and previous type of phone design. So that's something that they took from the previous phones. But another thing is that you only have two colors. It's either black or white. You don't have any other options. So if you're someone that likes to have specific colors, maybe not to have the same phone as everyone else, or because you like a specific color, you're gonna be stuck with the black and white. Me personally, I just really go with the black and white anyways, so it doesn't really bother me. But there's many people that want a phone that has the color of the case or have the color that they like the most. So if you're someone that has a specific color that you want, you wouldn't get the iPhone 16e. All right, so what I actually like about the iPhone 16e that I've seen so far, first of all, USB-C, which is, I mean, expected, but we have the action button. And I personally use the action button every single day, whether it's to turn on and off my lights in my room, whether it's to unlock and lock my car, open the trunk of my car, open and activate a bunch of different things. The action button is very useful, especially if you pair it with shortcuts, which is the most useful way to use it. it, you'll have a blast with the action button. And I'm glad that it's on the iPhone 16e because I feel like it's something that's very, very good. But the reason why the iPhone 16e absolutely needed at least an action button is because they removed the home button. And traditionally, the iPhone SE line of phones are made for people that don't upgrade too often or just like the old style because they are maybe old people that don't like too much change. But yeah, if you're someone that knows how to use the action button, you wouldn't really care about not having a home button. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. But me, again, personally, I love the action button. I think it's a welcome change and it should have been on all the phone, especially on the base 15. But hey, Apple wanted a Pro feature, they got the Pro feature, and now it's everywhere. So yeah, there are some things that concern me when it comes to the iPhone 16e. And one huge thing that I've seen, and I'm actually shocked that Apple did this, is that they removed MagSafe from the iPhone 16e. It actually loses a lot of its value by not having MagSafe. Me personally, I use MagSafe all the time. Either it's to hang up my phone in the car, either it's to charge it up when I go to bed, or if it's just to have an easy way to charge without having to actually plug into the USB-C or occupy the USB-C port, the MagSafe charging is essential for me. And not having MagSafe is a mistake because even the most basic iPhone user probably use MagSafe now. I don't know who at Apple decided to remove MagSafe, but MagSafe was an essential piece of. I feel like MagSafe is part of the iPhone identity at this point. Every phone since the iPhone 12 has MagSafe. It should have been on the iPhone 16e. Me personally, the iPhone 16e not having MagSafe so far is a no-go. But again, once I review it, once I get it in hand and I get to use it as my daily, I'll let you know how much of an impact that is. But so far, how my brain is wired, I can't see myself not using MagSafe. I'm absolutely shocked that they removed that. You would have thought that they would have removed something like the Apple Intelligence, but of course not. That's the future of Apple, so they can't remove Apple Intelligence from the iPhone 16e. But we absolutely can remove one of the most used features since 2020 on our phones. And one of the features that even Android users have been asking for. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop ranting for now. Once I get this in my hands, I'll be able to tell you guys if this is actually worth the buy. I was actually going to buy this for my mom as a gift, but now that I'm seeing that it doesn't have MagSafe, I don't even know if that's worth it. You can actually buy a base iPhone 15 right now that has MagSafe, that has Dynamic Island, that has USB-C, and has all these other features at a cheaper price than the iPhone 16e. So yeah, in my hand, I'll do a full review, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned because I'll be doing a full deep dive of the iPhone 16e, and also we'll be doing other tech videos. So yeah, stay tuned. See you guys on another video. Peace.